all-knowing and all-powerful, starting with the elderly wolf uncle chapter 100. And after hearing Chen Tian's praise, Wanda's pretty face suddenly turned even redder. As long as Chen likes it. Her voice was soft, and her eyes rippled with autumn water, and her hope became more and more exciting. Chen Tian looked at the shy girl and smiled gently, reaching out and touching the other party's head. Then, he suddenly noticed that not far away, Laura was hiding in the doorway, showing half of her face and looking at them with resentment. Laura has been getting better lately. Chen Tian felt the other party's mood, and immediately opened his mouth to praise. Simple Laura suddenly smiled and trotted over to share the pastry together. Wait until the pastry is finished. Sat down for a while. Pete appeared in the distance. Is Wanda going to go out for a walk together? He stood in place and stopped, looking at Chen Tian still did not dare to approach. Here it is. When Wanda heard Pete's words, the smile on her face, which had never been dissolved before, suddenly sank. Then she put away her plate and asked Chen Tian, Chen, what do you want to eat at night? I went out to buy. No. Anything. Chen Tian looked at the expressions of the two brothers and sisters who were obviously hiding something, and did not break it, but just smiled. Good. Quote. Wanda smiled and nodded, went back to the room to change clothes, and quickly went out with Wanda. Chen Tian felt the two siblings leave the scope of the manor, and his eyes flickered. He knew that the two of them were not simply hanging out. When the two brothers and sisters were talking, their hearts exuded fluctuations of hatred. In fact, Chen Tian also knows Wanda and Pip, and he will sneak out almost every day these days. I guess I was thinking about how to find Tony Stark takes revenge. It seems that we still have to find a proper opportunity to explain the misunderstanding between them and Stark to Wanda Pip and enlighten them. So as not to affect the psychology of the two children. Chen Tian thought secretly. Then, Logan and Professor Charles also walked over. Laura, it's time to go. Logan greeted. Good. Laura answered, stood up, and looked at Chen Tian. Chen, I'm going to meet my friends. We made an appointment to play baseball together. See you in the evening. Quote. Well, stay safe on the road and have fun. Chen Tian nodded with a smile. Subsequently, he looked at the back of the three of Logan and thought silently. After Laura's friends are safe and sound, her emotions are getting richer and more talking. The idea goes so far. Chen Tian couldn't help but secretly praise Jin He's efficiency. After picking up the little mutants from the Canadian border, the basic arrangements were quickly completed. Dozens of people. All were arranged to live in a secluded suburb. People at xianxia are imperceptible. And Logan and Professor Charles, who are also mutants, will also take Laura to find those small mutants from time to time. Of course. Recently xianxia has also disappeared, and they have not been near the Derenhay Manor for a long time. Maybe they were really shocked by me. Chen Tian muttered, but quickly frowned. Or, Nick Fury, that guy, is preparing for some big move again. I can't tell. After all, that guy is a sinister guy. I won't think he will give up so easily. But Chen Tian was bathed in the sun, feeling the strength of the three bloodlines under the blessing of the three bloodlines. He didn't panic much in his heart. The days went by, half a month down. There were no surprises. Chen Tian's strength has increased by at least half on the basis of when he returned from New Mexico. Moreover, as its own strength became stronger, the bloodline also became stronger, and the speed of improvement was actually accelerating. That's terrifying. The improvement of strength is not slower and slower the further you go, but on the contrary, it shows an exponential growth. Thereupon, Chen Tian was not in a hurry to do other things, and continued to develop the potential of the bloodline and absorb the energy of the stars. Meanwhile, Logan and Professor Charles once again took Laura to meet those little mutants. Life is really comfortable now. I haven't experienced this feeling for a long time. Quote. Logan gripped the steering wheel and couldn't help but be in a trance. Even during his time as a police officer, his life had never been so stable. After all, there are still big and small things waiting for him to deal with. And now, only need to send Laura to meet her friends every once in a while, and the rest of the time is like ordinary retirees, what they want to do and do unrestrained. It was a situation he had never imagined. I don't know how long such a day will last, but just live in the moment. It's enough for a while, he said with a smile. After this period of life, Rogan's novelty gradually returned to optimism, and he looked at the past without the decadent depression of the past. At the same time, Logan also knew in his heart that all this was thanks to Chen Tian. Chen is simply the future of the race. Professor Charles in the back row also smiled. Laura nodded repeatedly. It seems that except in front of Chen Tian and her friends, her words are still not so much. More than half a month passed quickly. A whole month down. Chen Tian sunbathed every day. As his strength climbed, his body also underwent tremendous changes. Whether it is the spiritual senses, the density of the body, or the strength, it has more than doubled on the basis of a month ago. The already powerful force is getting stronger and stronger. At this time, Chen Tian's every hair was crystal clear, like ice crystals. The density of musculoskeletal is even higher than that of diamond. Although the whole body looks fair-skinned, all the muscles in the line are smooth but only symmetrical. But the power contained in these muscles is thousands of times more than the surface of the appearance. At the same time, a pair of eyes became deeper and deeper, and at a glance, they could even feel that an entire universe was circulating inside, revealing endless power. He just stood there, doing nothing, giving people a majesty like a god coming to the world. From afar, it is not like a mortal master, but more like a heavenly man. Furthermore, Chen Tian stood by the pool and felt the sun shining on him. The endless stream of stellar energy was madly devoured by the whitewashing of the whole body, and the body continued to transform rapidly without stopping. He narrowed his eyes slightly, and his heart moved. Next second, his entire body actually began to slowly become transparent, and then disappeared directly in place. Of course, Chen Tian didn't really disappear. But after this period of continuous absorption of stellar energy, he accidentally found that he could actually enter an invisible state by adjusting the position of his body and distorting the reflection of light. This ability seems to have not even been mastered by Dakao.